Hey Zylene. Hey user 888. Hey Una Shane Lee. Hey Mariah Bull, welcome in. Hey Doll Troll, welcome in. Hey Ari, welcome in. Sunset, welcome in. Hey Mariah. Hey Sunset, how are you doing tonight? Mm, that's okay, Ari. How's everything going? Are you in? You're in school, right? Are you doing school right now? Hey Victoria, welcome in. Oh, you're not doing too good. Oh no. What's going on? Oh, not in school. Miss the East Coast. Oh yes, Victoria. Hey Alexis, welcome in. Hey Liza, welcome in. Ari, are you doing health wise or my kid's stomach is feeling better? Oh, good. Hey Liza, welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We'll wait till the room gets full, or at least to 20. Euro Batty, welcome in. My boyfriend of the last. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Ari, I'm so sorry. Of the last 10 years. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sunset last day with a tree. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness. Ari, yes, 10 years of your life. That's a big chunk of your life with no reason at all. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Do you have somebody to talk to? Hey John John, welcome in. With no word either. Do you have somebody to talk to, or have you thought about talking to somebody? Or are you at that point yet? Or are you still kind of processing it? I've been talking to family and coworkers. Wow. Okay. Yikes. Hey, Madonna Browntown, welcome in. Glad to see you. Well, we are Ari. We are all here for you. We are all here for you. This happened yesterday, but other stuff has happened. Oh my goodness. Bam Bam's doing really good. He is eating right now. Take all the time you need, Ari, to process. It's gonna. Yeah. That's a lot to take in. Yeah, Ari needs a lot of our support. She, John, really good. Friday. Yesterday was my last Yesterday was my last IEP meeting for a while. I get the next 2 weeks off. I have one the last week before spring break, but I've already finished the testing and all that on the student, and the parent had to reschedule. So I'm not free, but I can spend some time with the students. Madonna Brown taught an individualized education plan at school. I teach middle school, and right now I'm working with 8th graders, and I work with. I have a caseload of 28 students that I monitor. Today I felt lazy, but I was strong enough to get up and finish the week. All right, good for you, John Dunn. Yeah, that's okay to be lazy, especially when it's cold outside. Is it still cold outside? Yes, very cold. Is it snowing or has it snowed already? I think that's yeah. Is 28 a lot to manage? Yeah, I do have an assistant, Madonna Brown. 28, no, usually the way the caseload works is there's usually about 10 students that need a lot of support, while the rest of them, there's about another 10 that are need regular check-ins, but they're able to navigate the classroom. And then you have the kids that just do well overall. They just needed a little bit of push. But 10 of that 28 are usually the ones that need a lot of assistance. So it makes it. Ooh, what student has impressed me the most? I would say this one student. His name. I'll give you his first name. His name is Landon. Landon came in yet last year into 7th grade, and he was his issue was that he fell behind because his mom and dad were not together, and he's being raised by his dad. Mom lives in another state, and the grandparents, his dad's parents, live with him. And from what I understood last year, because I wasn't at that site last year, he would throw tantrums, and he just did not know how to navigate middle school. And through this year, we have a check-in, check-out system with him where he checks in with me in the morning. We go over his behaviors from the previous day, and then he goes off and he does his thing. And he's matured a lot, and he's got really good foundational skills. And it's interesting because if he doesn't have a check-in, either with me or the assistant, he has a bad day, or he has a behavior so that he makes sure that somebody's checking in on him. But we've seen a lot of growth. We've seen a lot of growth, social emotional growth. So that's the one. That's the one that we're most impressed with. Thank you so much, Madonna Browntown. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm still trying to. Okay. Hey, Dartini, welcome in. Oh, thank you, Dartini. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, the kids right now. It's funny in 8th grade because they know that. We're telling them that they've only got like 2 months, really, 2 months and 3 weeks left of 8th grade, because we go on spring break the last 2 weeks of March, and then they just have April and May. Then they go on break, and then they go to high school. So then they start getting really soft because they realize that their junior high time is coming to an end. And they start coming and asking for help and doing all these other things that aren't very characteristic of them. Are you North Carolina? In Southern California, but I don't know. Yeah, John's on spring break. 2 weeks. Very lucky to get 2 weeks. Yeah. You only need it. Okay, let me go ahead and turn on the main light. All right. Yes, as Sunset mentioned, today is the last day um, for our Valentine's Day tree before we bring out spring. For spring break, Madonna Brontana, I am, because I went to Spain during Christmas, so that was my most recent vacation. I'm gonna do a training in, I think, the second week. The first week I'm just gonna take it easy. I think I want to do I want to work more on my book, and then um, I want to finalize the first book. I already have the next two stories. I got to start working on the books for those. Oh, my sister-in-law took a teaching in Abu Dhabi. Oh, how fun! I've looked into that before. Abu Dhabi is such an international city. Does she like it? How long has she been out there for? Oh, she's in leadership. Interesting. Oh, since August. Does she like it? Is she has she acclimated to the community? It's got to be fascinating, very eye-opening. Very, very eye-opening. I have a friend who I've talked to you guys about this friend that lives in China. He's been there for, I think he's been there for the last. Yes, very rich, very clean, very safe. Yes, he's in China. He's been there the last 10 years, and the international schools over there. It is for the rich people only because they're American schools, but it's for the people who are American or European and they have businesses or they work in business around the country. And so these are English schools. And then the Chinese that have money pay for the schooling as well because it's English education. And I told him, if we've had this conversation about coming back, and it's interesting. I told him, you're used to a social economic status now of, parents that are very involved and parents that are, very involved in education and care a lot about. But I told him if you come back to the public school, it's going to be a very different story. So that's really interesting. John, I'm burning sugared churro tonight. Yum. Is it very strong? Does it have a very strong sweet smell to it, or is it more like cinnamon? Okay, let's go ahead and get started tonight. We're gonna do one for our dog lovers, for our audience members who love their dogs. This one is called Go to Sleep Monty. Cinnamon for sure. Oh, okay. That probably smells really good. And when we open the end page, we get all of these wonderful pictures. Pictures of his dog, little Monty. Welcome in, Emma White. Go to sleep, Monty. Max loved his toy dog, Snuffly Poo. They had been together since Max was a baby. Now that Max was a big boy, Mom and Dad said he could have a real puppy. But you'll have to look after him, they said. Max and his stuffed animal, Snuffly Poo. When he got old enough, he was able to get a new dog, a real dog. I love it. Madonna Browntown, I totally can see it. Max went with his parents to choose the puppy. He loved Monty. Monty was big, but he was really still a baby. Max tried really hard to look after him, but it wasn't easy. I You know, that's what I do with my cats when I come home from work. I pick them up and I hold their head in my hand like this and I kiss them. They call that the tax cat, the cat tax before they get their snacks. Sit, Monty. Fetch, Monty. Bad boy, Monty. So he's trying to train his dog, Monty, and fetch. Oh, you're welcome, Ari. It's good to have you back. That night, Max put Monty in his very own puppy bed and covered him with his very own puppy blanket. Go to sleep, Monty, said Max. But Monty did not sleep. He whimpered and he wept. Now, now, don't be afraid, Monty, said Max, tucking him in tightly. Nighty-night. Ari, we're here whenever you need us. Sunday through Friday. But Monty did not sleep. He scratched at the door and he barked and he howled. Okay, Monty, said Max, you can sleep in here just for tonight. Aw, little Monty didn't want to be by himself. Look at the little cat. We love a good moon in our children's literature. Little Monty. But Monty did not sleep. He jumped on Max's bed and slobbered and he dribbled and he drooled. Max sang him a song, did a little dance and made the shadow puppets on the wall. Little Monty. Look at the cat doing the same thing. But still, Monty did not sleep. He went right into the kitchen. He howled and he hooted and he yapped and he yelped and he wailed and he whined and he sniffed and he snuffed and he peed on the floor. Oh my goodness, puppies. Puppies have a lot of energy at night. The little cat. I like this lighting here. Yeah, not pee, exactly. Max loved Monty very much, but he wished just a little bit that Monty would go to sleep. There must be something that would help. Suddenly, Max had a brilliant idea. I'll lend you Snuffly Poo, Monty, said Max. He always helped me go to sleep when I was a baby, but Monty had other ideas. Aw. So Max was going to give him Snuffly Poo, his little stuffed animal, to help him go to bed. But Max had other ideas. Oh no, bad Monty. Poor Snuffly Poo. Puts him in his mouth. Oh no, bad Monty. Max carried Monty's basket back into the living room, and Monty hid under his blanket. Yeah, Monty's a lot of work. The cat's going, uh-oh. Then Max felt sorry. He hadn't meant to shout at Monty. But he was very, very sleepy now. He yawned and rubbed his tired eyes. Max gave Monty a big cuddle and climbed into the puppy bed to have a think. Just for a moment, just for a while, just until... Look at him. He felt bad for yelling at him. Then he goes into the puppy bed. Max fell fast asleep. Nighty-night, thought Monty. He put them to bed. Look at how sweet this picture is. Look at the dog and the Monty and the little cat. Hey, Night Guardian, welcome in. The end. Go to sleep, Monty. Oh, thank you so much for that heart, guys. I really appreciate it. Catherine, thank you so much for that heart. Love it. All right, our first book of the night. Go to sleep, Monty. It's a good way to start the live. Short and sweet. Let's go ahead and vote on this one. 1 through 10. Night Guardian, welcome to the good side. I love it. We love our West Coast live. Tonight we're drinking ginger and lemon with a honey base. Autumn Fox, you give it an 8? Mm-hmm. Oh, Nat, it's my birthday in an hour and a half. Happy birthday. Yay, let's all wish Nat a happy birthday. Yes, ginger is really good, huh, Madonna Roto? Sunset gives it a 7. Mm-hmm. Yes, happy birthday to Nat. Yeah. Oh, hey, Maria. Maria joined us as well. We have a lot of our East Coast friends on tonight. I know, huh? Happy birthday. We should sing happy birthday to Nat. Ready? Okay, ready? At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Madonna Browntown, you beat me to it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nat. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. I love it. Yay! I know, we should sing happy birthday to everybody if it's their birthday on the live. Okay, our next book for the night. This one's an interesting one. This one's I was thumbing through this one earlier. My Brother and Me on Channel 3. Right? Thank you. Oh, Michelle, it's your birthday as well. Oh, happy birthday, Michelle. Scooby-Doo on Channel 2. Ohio here. Not proud of that. I love it. Hey, Bree, welcome in. Should we do it again? Okay, let's sing Michelle happy birthday. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you. I love it. Autumn Fox. Yay. We got a lot of birthdays. 2 birthdays. All right. This book is called Griso, the One and Only. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. This one is very interesting. It's got this yellow end page here with this checkerboard. And the texture on this, it feels like a rubbery. Yes, East Coast invaded the West Coast live, yep. John, no we didn't. I fell asleep on that. I need to get to that. I'm gonna do that this weekend. Put it up because we need shamrocks for March. You know, I'll stick to it because for some reason if it's not within view, I don't remember it. But when we switch the camera for the spring tree, we'll have it in view, so it'll be easier to keep a track on. We all came in at the same time. I promise we didn't plan this. I love it. Yeah, this has like a rubbery texture to it. And then we've got this blue checkered. Maria. We have to have a shamrock competition with East Coast. I love it. I think that's what you guys are here for, is the competition. Griso, the one and only. This is a very interesting book because you've got this black pages, which we really don't see a lot of. Black shiny pages. Griso. Griso, the last of the unicorns, was galloping all across the plains in search of another, just like him. Guys, look at those colors. Griso the unicorn in search for another, just like him. But no, there was nothing. Nobody. Very interesting illustrations. Get this checkerboard here. He didn't find anybody. Yeah, it's very dizzying. Right, Maria? It's very different. Griso, the unicorn. The buffalo huffed in the mud. Oh no, not here, nor anywhere. Not even at the farthest reaches of the world. Apart from you, I've never seen a single unicorn. Not one. Yeah, this is a good one. What's our goal for tonight? Let's do, let's try 50K. Let's see if we can get to 50K. These are buffaloes, and then here's Griso the unicorn. Yeah, the art of this is really cool. I'm thinking this one might be, the illustrator might have been on mushrooms or something, because it's really interesting, the patterns. Look at these patterns. The days seem never ending. Griso traveled to the farthest reaches of the world and beyond. He traveled so far that he saw the chasm where the sun disappears. He watched as the sun turned shy, went bright red before hiding itself away completely. Yes, mushrooms. Yes, utopian scholastic vibes. I agree. Oh, I have to get that one, Madonna Browntown. Yeah, I want to be spaghetti. Yes, we were all very confused that one night. I agree. Then the night came, drawing little creatures in the shadows of the branches. Griso accepted a gift from the night, this blue blanket embroidered with shadow unicorns, and so he went to sleep in the lap of the night, and then the night itself drifted off. Look at how pretty he is, Griso, and this carpet here. These patterns. Oh, Catherine, thank you so much for doing that, illustrator. Yeah, it does give like a different nationality. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs is beautiful too. Yes. Yeah, the blue and purple, really good. Griso. See unicorns, Griso cried. This had to be a dream. From up on the cliff top, he saw the sea and shouted again, See unicorns! But his shouting was drowned out by the shouting of the waves as they crashed against the rocks, and the horned whales drove back down into the depths of the sea without hearing Griso's cry. There's Griso. I like how he changes colors. Griso. And this bridge and this water. Not a single unicorn apart from Griso. Only the lonely plains. They're at the farthest reaches of the world. Griso. These oranges. They're like powdery oranges. Then a person appeared from someplace far away, a knight with his lance on a silvery horse. Well, this one really does look like a unicorn, said Griso. But the knight raised his weapon. The last of the unicorns, he shouted. This is my lucky day. And he was already advancing, eager to make a trophy out of Griso. Uh-oh. Look at that battle going on. This knight, he wants to make a trophy out of Griso the unicorn. Griso fled in terror. Soon he had disappeared into the fog. Look at those patterns. Amazing. Griso continued on his way, safe now, stepping clumsily and followed overhead by an unexpected shadow. Yeah, that was a good page. I agree. It looks like old, like old pictures, like on a Egyptian, like Egyptian hieroglyphs. Right above Griso, the last of the winged horses swooped low. So very wary, having flown all across the plains in search of another, just like him. Look at these beautiful patterns here. Really pretty patterns in these colors, greens and oranges and yellows. Aw, look at this page. Yes, Autumn Fox, very different. It's a very different page, or different colors, different color combinations. Oh, interesting. It says the illustrations, pages 2 and 3, based on Germanic art, 7th century. So let's see. Oh, 2 and 3. Germanic art, pages 4 and 5, based on Surrealist art, 20th century. Oh, Surrealist, 20th century. Yes. It would, Night Guardian, I agree. 6 and 7, based on Bamana ancient sculptures, African continent. This one. Definitely one we would see in a museum. The next one, 8 and 9, based on vase paintings in Greece, 6th and 5th centuries. Okay, this one is 10 and 11, based on Indian paintings, 18th century. That's really cool. We always talk about how these should be in museums. Let me see, 12 and 13, based on 15th century painting, transition between European medieval and Renaissance. 12 and 13. So medieval and Renaissance. Madonna Brown Time, no, because I thought the same thing too. Wow, look at this. Dizzying. And then let me see what other ones. This 14 and 50, based on the Tang Dynasty murals. Yeah, 14, 15. Let's look at that one that we were talking about earlier. The Tang Dynasty. Yes, Catherine, this one's a really good one. '16 and '17 is based on European medieval illustrations of the 11th century. And then this Night Guardian, or just Susie, this is the one that you mentioned. Let's see, this one is 18 and 19. Based on Persian bas reliefs, 5th century. So Persian reliefs. This one. Based on woodcuts from Brazilian chapbook literature. Brazilian chapbook literature. Based on Egyptian decorations. So it's Egyptian. And this last one is based on cave paintings, prehistory. So this is cave paintings, prehistory. Interesting. So cool. The end. We got a really good art history lesson on this one. Griso, the one and only. Griso probably means unicorn throughout the centuries. I'm thinking. This was a good one. Good one. Art history. Okay, let's take a vote. Yes, it's interesting how, yes, see how art has evolved. I agree. Yes, I agree too, Sunset. Mm-hmm. Okay, we started with Go to Sleep Monty 1. Or then Griso, the one and only 2. I'm going to go with 2. The one and only Griso. Okay, let's set the timer for 1 minute and see if we can get 10, get to 20K. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. Let's set the timer for 1 minute, see if we can tap away. Yeah. And while we do that, I'm going to prepare the next book. I think you guys are going to really like this one. This one's going to be interesting. Catherine Monet, thank you so much. Catherine Monet. Catherine, is that your last name, Monet, or is that the painter Monet? Catherine. Yeah, just tap. Oh, Catherine the painter, yes. Those are beautiful, beautiful paintings. Okay, our next book for tonight, we have 10 seconds left. A Tale of Two Dragons. Okay, our minute is up. Thank you so much, guys. We got 2,000 in just that one tap. Thank you. A Tale of Two Dragons. We love a good medieval book. Look at this beautiful mint. It's like a mint and a blue. Oh my gosh, Browntown. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Liana and Monet's Garden that comes with a girl doll. Oh, how cute. There's a book called Lena and Monet's Garden. Oh, how fun. I know, huh? An ode to Blake Lively. Tale of Two Dragons. And Blake Lively keeps on going. Yes. I follow that religiously. That story has layers upon layers upon layers. Just when you think you've uncovered the last layer, a new layer comes out. And then the whole SNL thing, another layer. The way what's the director that sat in back of him during the SNL skit? Another layer. Layers. The kingdoms of Arbor and Pomosa stood back to back. Each had a castle bristling with guards. Arbor was plush with trees in every shade of green, woods and orchards, full of mushrooms, fruit, and birds. Pomosa was rich too, golden with wheat fields, silver lakes, and creamy, milk-full cows. A high thorn hedge separated the two territories. Okay, so we've got a lot of information on this first page here. So we have two kingdoms of Arbor and Pomosa. Eloise. Oh, I think I'm familiar with that one, Catherine. Eloise. I want to check out that one. Can you DM me that one that you were telling me about with the little doll? That sounds really good. So, two kingdoms here split in the middle, with both with distinct characteristics. Sometimes it's true. The people of Pomosa would look across at the plush forest and say, if only we had trees. It is hard to make wheat flour into loaves without wood to heat the bread ovens. And the children heard them say it. Sometimes the people of Arbor would look across at Pomosa and say, if only we had wheat and rice, we could make into pies and porridge and pancakes. And the children heard them say it. So the people of Pomosa and Arbor both envied what the other had. The people of Pomosa would look across the plush forest and say, if only we had trees. And the people of Arbor would say of Pomosa, if only we had wheat and rice, we could make into pies and porridge and pancakes. This would be me right here. Minding my own business, but then I heard something and go, what? These are all chic people. If only the thieving children of Pomosa had not found a way through the hedge and gathered fallen branches and dragged them home for firewood to please their mothers, but they did. If only the thieving children of Arbor had not come creeping at night to cut corn and milk cows and tiptoe home to surprise the grown-ups with sheaves of grain and buckets of milk, but they did. So the kids would hear the adults bemoaning how they wish they had trees and I forgot what the other thing was. Trees and porridge. So they would go out at night and steal from the other kingdoms and bring it home. The wood and then milking the cows. This is an interesting story. As the thieves became more and more daring, the two kings grew more and more annoyed. Postguards with swords and torches. This stealing must stop. But either the guards were lazy or they looked the other way because, do you know what? Not a single child thief was caught or thrown into a dungeon. The kings threw tantrums and shook their fists at one another. So even though the kings made a royal decree and put guards, the kids still got away with it. And they shook their fists. And wheat, yes. A dragon. Find me a dragon, the king of Arbor told his ambassadors. The biggest you can find. The ambassadors sailed for China to seek out a dragon. Much to their surprise, one agreed to come in return for a wage of plums, pears, and pine cones. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're going to see that it was written by Blake Lively under a pseudonym. So they set off to China to find a dragon. But the dragon said, "Not without plums, pears, and pine cones." Watched from the battlements of both castles, she stepped out along the Arbor Highway, her scales catching the sunlight, a creature of such pure power that the king of Arbor dared not go down to greet her. "Guard my country," he shouted down. "Kill any Pomosa thieves." So far, I feel this story is so relevant today, right, Autumn? I was getting the same vibes, too. Taylor's going to make her appearance very soon. Yeah, this is very intense. This is very much... I was going to say, this has got very much United States of America. The king of Pomosa sulked and stamped. "I want a dragon. I need a dragon to guard my country from that ugly, great beast." Ambassadors were sent to China, and, much to their surprise, a dragon was found who agreed to come in return for ginger, gooseberries, and goldfish. Watched from the battlements of both castles, he came striding along the Pomosa highway. "Fearful," murmured the men. "Huge," whispered the women. "But it's so beautiful," they all agreed. Both nations gasped in amazement. As scary as the dragons are, the people still enjoyed one another, even though they were from Pomosa. One was from Pomosa and the other one was from forgot the other name. Pomosa. It's the governments that are ruining everything. Neither dragon noticed. They were busy eyeing each other's scales rippling. The colors pulsed in their arched backs. Smoke trickled out of nostrils and ears. There was no reading the thoughts behind their glittering eyes. Children hid behind their mothers' skirts. There would be no more thieving of wood or wheat. But bakers still needed wood to heat their stoves, and winter nights are cold without logs for the fire. Woodsmen need bread and porridge, and growing children need milk. From their rooftops, the people watched the dragons patrol. So exquisite, so exotic, so terrifying. As one walked west, the other ambled east, with only a thorn hedge between them. Naturally, each country thought its own dragon was the best. This one has a lot going on. And I love the yin and yang of this whole thing. "We must have timber," said the king of Pomosa. "Order my dragon to kill that monster next door." "We must have milk and bread," said the king of Arbor. "Tell my dragon to kill that creature next door." Dragons are noble beasts. Was it their good manners that kept them from refusing to fight? The she-dragon reared up on her hind legs. The he-dragon stood tall. No one could tell what they were thinking. So you have the governments. What is it? The governments of Pomosa and Arbor. Arbor and Pomosa fighting away. And then you have the dragons here. They're getting caught up on each other because one's a boy and one's a girl. They fought. "Stop them," cried the people of Arbor. "We didn't want this." Dragonfire blazed. "Stop them," cried the people of Pomosa. "We never asked for this." But the dragons fought on, ears torn and snouts bleeding, coughing up black smoke. "Stop them." Yeah, this is very much a story for our times. Look at those two dragons. That's a beautiful picture. This dragon's beautiful here. This purple, it's like a earth tone and this gold. But the kings watched with snarling glee. If mine wins, your kingdom belongs to me. The dragons fought until they could fight no more. Both toppled at the same moment and lay. If mine wins, your kingdom belongs to me. Lay long necks overlapping, their fire out. Their blazing colors had faded to gray. Uh-oh. And the people still pointing at each other. The people ran from their houses. They brought milk and pine cones, gooseberries and hot water. They brought herbs and honey to spread on the wounds and stroked their big heads. They plucked thorns out of the soft dragon armpits. He was so beautiful. He was our dragon. She was so brave. She was ours. A long tongue slithered out between the she-dragon's lips and licked a nearby snout. The he-dragon opened his gray eyes. A strangely dragonish voice murmured, "We have done what we have come to do. Now they understand." So look at all the people united. They united the people. Look what we have accomplished what we've come to do. The two kingdoms, Arbor and Pomosa, stand shoulder to shoulder. There is a line somewhere parting the two countries, but it is hard to see. The baby dragons' tails scuff out as they play, and their parents lie back to back, feeling each other's warmth. There are no kings now. Somehow, no one could remember what kings were for, and since there's a way to find out. And since everyone needs bread and wood, birdsong and honey, apples and milk, the people freely come and go, to and fro, every other day or so. Hey, Christina, welcome in. Very true, Autumn Fox, yeah. Oh, it froze? Oh, no. Came back in? Aw. To and fro. So they got rid of the kings because they needed the food. They needed the food and they needed each other more than they needed the kings. Guys, this is a lesson for all of us. We need each other more than we need. What book is this? This one's called The Tale of Two Dragons. It says, there were no kings now. Somehow no one could remember what kings were for, and sent theirs away to find out. And since everyone needs bread and wood, birdsong and honey, apples and milk, the people freely come and go, to and fro, every other day or so. This is our third one for the night. But on Dragon Day, they do nothing but dance. They now have a dragon. They got rid of their kings. And now they dance. Da da doo doo, just dance. Gonna be okay. Da da doo doo, just dance. Spin that record band. Da da doo doo. Look at those pretty dresses. Polka dot red and this blue one here. The people of Arbor and Pomosa. The Tale of Two Dragons. This is a good one. Good one. This one's a good one for our times. Tale of Two Dragons. Okay, let's vote. Go to Sleep Monty, 1. 2, Griso, the one and only. We got a really good art lesson on this one. Tale of Two Dragons. Good political message. Good political message. Good political message. 3. Okay, let's vote. What do you guys think? Go to Sleep Monty, 1. Griso, the one and only, 2. Or The Tale of Two Dragons. I think the screen might have frozen, you guys, so you might have not heard this one all the way. I'm going to go with 3, The Tale of Two Dragons. Sunset, were you able to hear this one mostly? What are we seeing in the crowd tonight? What are we seeing in the lives? Sunset 2, Venus 3. Most of it? Okay. Let's drink some tea. We have a quiet crowd tonight. We've got 50 people in here. It's very quiet. But we were loud earlier, so that's okay. I think you guys are listening. Thank you guys for listening. Guys, I'm gonna go bring a book that I read for the East Coast. I don't think I read it for the West Coast, but this one left an impression on me. This one left an impression on me, so I'm gonna read it again. Let me go bring it. Give me 1 second. Yes, Autumn Fox. Yeah, The Tale of Two Dragons. That one was good. Yesterday, guys, we read Sometimes I Grumble Squinch. And, oh, okay, you guys are just chilling tonight, Abigail? Okay, sounds good. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, guys, for the universe. I really appreciate that. Never had a universe before. Boop, boop. Who gave us the universe? Thank you so much for that. Kingdom. Oh, no. Or Kindred Krista. Thank you so much for that, guys. I really appreciate that. Sometimes I Grumble Squinch. This is a big feelings book. Who felt like this week? I certainly did. Oh, a galaxy. Thank you so much. Yes, a galaxy. Catherine Monet. Love it. We get this end paper here. Clouds and rainbows. The East Coast picked up on this one really quick when they saw this end page. Sometimes I grumble squinch. This one left an impression on me because I was thinking about it. Here's our little friend. My name is Katie Honors, and I am a really nice kid. I always go along nicely. Oh, we've got 4 viewers on YouTube. Welcome in, viewers. Yeah, Venus, this one is a really good one. I really like this one. My name is Katie Honors, and I'm a really nice kid. I always go along nicely. So our little friend Katie here, she doesn't like to make waves. She's got a really good family. She's got a really good family support. She wears her little shirts with hearts on them. And her little bows. I'm happy to play any game when a friend comes over. Even if I lose, I am a good sport. Good game, I say. Either way, I hardly frown. So here she is playing with her little friend. She's not a sore loser. Either she wins or she loses. She still has a happy face. And then look at the goalie. They got really upset. If there isn't mango sorbet, I say, that's okay. I like cookie dough too. Mom smiles and says, I can get sprinkles, which is extra. I didn't even ask. So if there isn't mango sorbet, which is her favorite, I say, that's okay. I like cookie dough too. But does she really? Mom smiles and says, I can get sprinkles, which is extra. I didn't even ask. Katie is such a pleasure, Mom says. She really is. She really is, Dad agrees. So Katie gets approval from her mom when she's feeding her baby brother. Katie is such a pleasure. Validation. She really is, Dad agrees. More validation. She helps out. She helps out with the baby. I fit perfectly in their hugs. They are very proud of me. But there is something they don't know. Look at her face. Even though she's getting a lot of love and attention from her mom and dad. Some mornings, my little brother Chuck crawls into my bed while I'm still sleeping. He breathes hot on my eyelids. A drool from his wet mouth plunks onto my arm. The first word I say in the whole day is ew. I say it very quietly though. So Katie, she's pretty, she goes with the flow. But this is the one thing though that's really kind of working her nerves is her little brother. He comes and wakes her up in the middle of wakes her up in the morning, drools on her. And the first word I say the whole day is ew. I say it very quietly though. She's stuffing all her emotions. Even though little brother's cute, even though he's innocent, she still doesn't like it. I like how they use the baby brother in this one because that's something that you wouldn't normally say that about your brother or your sister. I put on my beautiful new shirt. I love it. It cheers me right up. Chuck follows me down to breakfast and sits in my seat. So she's really happy. She's got this really cool rainbow shirt on. It's nice and new, freshly washed. But then look at who's following her. And then look at her facial expression. And then look at her facial expression. That's my seat, Chuck, I tell him nicely. Oh, Katie, says Mom, you don't mind, do you? I do mind, but I say it's okay, and I move to Chuck's seat. So she stuffed her emotions. She stuffed down what she really felt. Sometimes I grumble squinch. My insides tighten and I think mean thoughts. I wish that I had a trampoline or a treehouse or a giraffe instead of a brother. If I had one of those instead of a brother, I could sit in my own seat at breakfast. Guys, look at her. I totally relate to her here. This is me by Friday. Friday, 2 o'clock, 7th period. I love the kids. I love my teacher friends. I love where I work. But by Friday, I've stuffed it. I've stuffed enough. And look at the little brother, all at peace. Here's your bibble bibble, Dad says to Chuck. Bibble bibble is what Chuck calls toast with butter. Chuck doesn't like cereal. Chuck only likes bibble bibble. Chuck smashes his buttery fist into my bowl of cereal. So there she is, breakfast in the morning. Little brother likes bibble bibble, which is butter and bread. And then she's trying to enjoy her cereal, and he dips his fist in there. Look at her face. We love it. Bibble, bibble. Oh, Chuck, no punching Katie's cereal, silly, Mom says, putting him down on the floor. Say you're sorry to Katie. I wish I could pop him like a balloon. I wish he'd kaploom into a million bajillion bibble bibble crumbs. I wish he would just disappear. So Mom didn't get mad at him. She just said, oh, Chuck, no punching Katie's cereal, but look at Katie. I love how this illustrator portrays her in the back of her head. All tangled because she's upset. But I don't yell those wishes. I grumble squinch them right down. Chuck scampers over and grabs me with his milky hands. He snuggles his buttery face against my beautiful new shirt. I am a tight, horrible squinch of grumble. She's plotting. She's like, grrr. And then he goes for her, tries to hug her, and she gets upset because her new shirt, nicely fresh and washed, gets butter and other things on it. Chuck loves you, Dad says. He pulls Chuck off me and carries him away, singing and smiling. You okay? Mom asks me. I nod because I am always okay. But that nod is a lie. I am not okay. And lying about it is making me cry. And then I just can't grumble squinch my feelings down anymore. Girl has had it. Katie, she's been stuffing it down. I nod because I'm always okay. But that nod is a lie. I am not okay. And lying about it is making me cry. And then she can't hold it in anymore. Poor Katie. All been here. We've all been here. Chuck ruins everything. Look at that face. And then look at the shirt. It's changed colors. Oh, hey, Allison. Welcome in. Allison, welcome back. Chuck ruins everything, I yell. He's sticky and stinky, and he breathes on me, and I want to sit in my own chair, and everybody smiles at him, but he is a buttery baby at my shirt, and I wish I could kaploom him up. She is not having it. Mm-mm. This would be a great t-shirt to have. If you could get her face on there. Allie Ray, yes. Then it's quiet. I'm scared. I didn't mean it, but also I did mean it. They won't think I am such a pleasure anymore. I wish I could grumble squinch. It's all back inside. Maybe I ruined everything. I really like these words. Then it's quiet. I'm scared. I didn't mean it, but also I did mean it. It's exactly how I feel at work. Sometimes when I overreact or I do something, then I feel bad, but then I don't feel bad. Then I feel bad, then I don't feel bad. Not a pleasure anymore. I wait for Mom to yell that I am bad, to say, you go to your room and think about it, to look disappointed in me. I look up at Mom's face. It's rarely hard sometimes, It's really hard sometimes, Mom whispers instead. Even when you love somebody. I nod. This is true. Definitely a never-ending cycle. Yeah. It's really hard sometimes. even when you love somebody. Mom says, I know. She holds her arms out to me. It's very sweet. She folds me up safe in there. I still fit perfectly. Even though I didn't grumble squinch all my secret thoughts inside, there's room for the whole me. So in that moment, she accepts all sides of herself. She accepts this part of her. She accepts this part of her. And she accepts this part. The and sometimes I grumble squinch. I really like this one. Really enjoyed this one. All right, it's right up here with the hair-shaped hole. The 5 cycles of grief, or the 5 stages of grief. Alrighty, let's take our last vote for the night. We started the live with Go to Sleep Monty, 1. Griso, the one and only, 2. Tale of Two Dragons, 3. And then sometimes I grumble squinch. I'm gonna go with the Tale of Two Dragons. This is a good one. Good illustrations and a good story. What do we think tonight, friends? What are we thinking tonight? Autumn Fox, Monty 8, Griso 9, and the Tale of Two Dragons 11. Yes, I agree. I agree. Denise 55 joined. I'm not crying, you're crying. I love it, Fox. I think everybody fell asleep, as they should, because it's Friday night. I took a nap before this live, because I needed like a 20-minute nap. I'm half here looking at the sunset, right? I know, after work I went to happy hour with some teacher friends. Alcohol always makes me tired. I had a really good margarita, what are those called? Margarita floats. Not float, but a margarita. Yeah, extra sleepy night tonight it is, yeah. You know when they give you the little board with the different margaritas flavors on it? Is it a float? It's not a float. I forgot the name of it. Margarita something or other. All right, Flight. Thank you so much, Venus. I would have been like racking my brain all night. Margarita Flight. Thank you so much. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for the 24,000K tonight. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much, too, for the universe, the galaxy, I mean, and all the other flowers and hearts that you guys gave. I really do appreciate that. Let's say good night and goodbye to our Valentine's Day tree. We take her down tonight. Sunday, we start with spring. LED lighted tree with cherry blossoms. So we're going to get a nice yellow glow. We're going to shift the camera to this wall. So we're going to say goodbye to the accent wall as well. We're going to shift over. And we'll have a whole bunch of spring books that I need to pick up at the library tomorrow. So we're gonna have fresh new titles for spring. All right, everybody, have a good night, and we will see you on Sunday. Thank you so much for everything.